Good morning, everybody. And this is your it's your DAX setups for today. Almost was going to do the S&P video all over again. Anyway, what are we looking for today? So we do have a fairly strong area of resistance, pretty much where we are now. If you just look left, it's not exact because it is been chaotic since early May. It's been up and down, no real direction. However, at the moment we have a very, very strong uptrend. We're in a strong area of potential resistance, so I would be a little bit cautious here. And then you also have the moving averages that are, look at how steeply they're pointing up. So that is just the indication that we have a strong uptrend brewing. And we're also looking for the crossover here. So nothing really to write home about at the moment. Look at the weekly. So you can see the start of the year was pretty big, and then up and down, up and down, up and down, and now you've got this massive, massive weekly pin bar here. No diversions, anything to read on it, but massive weekly pin bar follow through. So I really, really, really suspect this is going to break higher. And just want to put that diagonal in, it's going to come into play. So when we get down through the lower time frames, you can see there's my level of resistance, and you can see, I mean, you can go head left and just add every single level in if you want to. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think what you really want to find out is where is the closest support going to be. So add your levels below price, and you can see this one here lines up quite nicely, but that's at the sort of at yesterday's low almost. So take that with a pinch of salt. Let's just see if there's something else you can see on the hour. I'll highlight that. So this was last week's high. You can see we dropped below it. No real indication here for us to get in. We'll put it on the 50-minute. There might be something there. But at the moment, we are ranging again, but we've got the strong area of resistance ahead of us. So, and a bit of diversions. I'd be a little bit cautious about jumping in, but the trend is extremely strong. So typically when it's like this, you need to drop down to lower time frames and pay attention to it there. So if you look at the 15 minutes, there really wasn't anything apart from these gaps that we looked at yesterday. I mean, that was the only thing. We didn't even protect that. So we just ground lower, and then pretty much 9:30, so in half an hour into the market open, we then decided to build this. And if I just move onto this pin bar here, see we've got some weird little story of threes here. Wasn't much of an entry, but I suppose it was worth this pattern here off structure with that follow through there was probably worth jumping in. 60-point stop loss. You'd only be 90 points to the good at the moment, but anyway, nothing earth-shattering. This level is still sort of a key level, I think, for me, and that is 18,358. That's what we're looking for. Definitely don't want to be jumping in long, so close to resistance. So I would prefer some kind of a pullback. Now, that may not happen, so what you may find is that you just range here, and then I just do that. So break the range, come back and test 18,460. Give you an opportunity for a long stop below the range, and you're looking for 18,547. Not much of a move, but that's the only two opportunities I see. It's either a pullback down to 18,360 or it's a break of this current range at 18,459. Those are the only two options that I see right now. And if we just come back to the 3 hour, just be a little bit cautious, because look at the 3 hour oscillators. Could be sort of fizzling out for a move down, or it could just be looking to make a bigger range, as it has done in the past, sort of consolidate in this area. Tuesday, so there may be some data. There's probably some catalyst that'll happen which could drive us either way. And then pay attention to this overhead trend line here. It's quite far from us at the moment, but if we do continue up this week, this is where it's going to head for, and that's going to be around 18,687 area, and that should give you that trend line there. And if I build my trend line on the bottom, you'll see that is a fairly solid flag that is forming. So yeah, breaks above, put this level in here because that's going to validate it. Breaks above 18,642 on the weekly, validate this weekly flag, and then you have a move of 4,000 points on the cards. That would be a measured move. Strong move up, flag, break, retest, continuation, another 4,000 points to the up. Anyway, that's kind of my view for today. Just be cautious. Don't just jump in for the sake of jumping in. You are close to resistance. So wait for structure, wait for the break and retest, or alternatively wait for the pullback. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.